You can't build your future with your current identity. What does that mean? That's what I want to talk about in this live here this morning. So, you may have tried for a while to shift something within your life. It may be a dynamic that you've had, it may be a repeating pattern, but you haven't been able to shift that. Now, the truth is that when you shift, your world shifts around you. So, the issue that a lot of us face is we want to change things out here, but we don't actually change. Let's get deep for 2 seconds here. We're 30 seconds in, but let's get deep. You're projecting out here into the world. So it's you, the projector, that we're talking about changing. You're the one that's in control here. Rather than trying to move the pieces around out here, we're talking about an identity level shift. That's what we're referring to. And you may be at the point where you're realizing that constantly trying to push or hustle harder is not getting you where you want to go. So there's a future you, a new identity that is able to hold what you are wanting to achieve. We have to introduce you to your future self. That's what we want to do in this live here today. It's going to be hopefully about 10 minutes long. We're going to keep it short and compact. Now, let's see if you are at that point first. Are you at that point? Just ask yourself now, have I tried to change things externally and it hasn't been successful? Am I actually a very similar or the same person as I was 12 months ago? And what if I needed to shift? What if I was the issue? And I'm going to give you a practical task here towards the end of this video. So hang around for that. I'm going to tell you exactly how you can start to shift that identity. But just firstly inquire, is that true? Have you been circling around a certain issue for a while and you're trying to change everything out here, but you haven't changed? So your personality remains the same. And maybe you're bored of a certain job that you're in, or you want to start a business, or you want to make more money, or you want to create a family. But the person that is going to be needed, or the personality or the identity that is going to be needed to hold those things, is not yet online. We haven't introduced you to that person yet. And that person is there. It's not like you need to create anything crazy. You just need to align with that individual, with that future self that can hold that energy, can hold what you've got. And that's what we want to work through here in this video here today. So changing your identity. And this is where it's tricky when you're out in an environment that is reaffirming your old identity. So I wonder if that's the case with you. If you've been in circles that are reinforcing who you were, telling you this is who you were, this is who you are. To you, it's who you were, and you've got the vision in your mind of who you want to be. You're moving forward, you're stepping into that, but you can feel people, familiar people who are challenged and threatened by the new you, trying to pull you back. And you will get this. We cannot avoid this. We're going to get people pulling us back for their own comfortability, to make them feel better, because it's a direct threat or a challenge to people. Often when you're wanting to grow, when you're wanting to shift. And what you'll often find, and what I see when I look out there, is that most people don't change too much. So it's actually quite rare to see someone go through a bit of an identity shift, especially early in their life. So is that the place that you're at? You're shifting, but you can feel the environments that you were in, the role that you're in, trying to keep you stuck, trying to keep you in that role. But you know that there's a part of you that wants to step into a new role. And that's what I want to connect you here to today is I want to connect you to that part, that identity that can hold the goals that you have, rather than trying to go out and force things and make things happen, or read a book, or change things intellectually. I'm talking about embodying a new version of you, shifting your reality, shifting your identity so that you can then move into uh, this new way of being, this new way of living, and then holding that, being able to hold that new you without feeling as though things are so fast, because things may be faster for a while, but you will catch up. You will be able to level up. But once you're shifting you into that personality, that new identity, and then you're no longer needing to fake it until you make it. You're actually there. You're no longer needing to hustle. And I learned this a little while ago when I was trying so hard to change something, to change an external thing. And what I started to realize was I couldn't even imagine or envision it. I couldn't see it because the current me wasn't able to hold that. I would need to be I would have needed to be stronger. I would have needed to be firmer. I would have needed to have stronger boundaries. But I couldn't fathom what that would actually look like. I couldn't see it. So if you can't see something, it's super hard to move into it. And this is, a lot of people, different people talking about envisioning that future so that you can move into it. This is what visualization does, and so on, to help us rehearse that so that by the time we get there, it's familiar to us. It's not like a shock to the nervous system. So I realized that. Hang on, I actually need to change me. I need to change the person that is projecting out there the world. I need to step into the person within me, not the world, but step into the person within me that could walk in that world. And I want to give you an exercise here so that you can start doing this, a practical exercise straight away. Is you want to get really clear firstly on what it is that you're wanting to move into. And let's say it's this. So we've got an identity, someone that you want to move into. What has this person got? Is it a certain amount of money? Is it a certain amount of clients? Is it a certain amount of patients? Is it, what is it specific? Write it down, maybe 5 things. Let's just start with 3 to 5 things. Write down exactly what it is that this person has. And then I'm going to ask you a few questions here that you've probably never heard before. This is different level of transformation rather than attaining it. As I'm saying, this is shifting you, not visualizing anything, but this is truly seeing. So this is shifting your perspective here, because you're going to ask, once you've got the 3 to 5 things, you're going to ask, where am I already doing that? Start with number 1. Where am I already doing that? And then you want to write down next to that, where am I? Where am I already doing that within my life here? And you're shifting your awareness, you're shifting your attention to seeing, hang on, I am actually already there. Because the truth is, nothing is missing within you. You're just not seeing it currently. So we're introducing you to it, to the you that's there, that's ready to hold that. So the gap is actually a lot smaller than we think. We just need to own, where am I already doing that? And then what we're going to do after we've gathered that information, after we've shifted your lens or shifted your perspective with that, you're going to say, what are the benefits to the current form that I've got it in? All right, because this is the issue here we face with transformation, is that we can see that often we're blinded. We can see that there's a whole heap of benefits to this new form that I'm moving into, this new identity. And there's a whole heap of drawbacks to the current identity because I'm outgrowing it. But the truth is, you would have already stepped into that if you could see the advantages of it. So there's a part of you, a large part of you, the authentic you, the self, that is keeping you where you are right now because the timing isn't right. And this is what we're shifting. This is what we're introducing you to. We're playing around with the timing here. We're moving you, we're connecting you to that part. So we're saying, what are the drawbacks to that goal? Because you unconsciously know that there's drawbacks. When you get there, you'll start to see them, and you'll start to see that there's benefits to exactly where you are right now. So what we're doing is we're seeing the drawbacks to the current, to the new form, and what are the benefits to your current form? Why is it absolutely perfect that you're in this scenario right now? What that's going to do is that's going to stop you trying to get somewhere and help you arrive and accept where you are right now. We want to help you arrive right here, right now, so that you can see the authentic self is moving you in the right direction. And rather than grabbing, because if we try to grab at something, we push it away. And we're hoping to move forward, thinking that there's all advantages to that. But the truth is, we're grounding you to the truth, which is exactly where you are right now. So you don't actually want to move into that yet. You're wanting to, but you're comfortable and safe where you are. And the only issue is that we're not able to connect and understand that yet. As soon as we do, as soon as you no longer want to change you relative to the world or change the world relative to you, it's actually at that point that we can. That's when you can level up your identity and move to the next level. And people have explained this in many different ways, using many different terminology. But I just want to stick with that terminology today. We don't want to change you relative to the world, and we don't want to change the world relative to you. You're in total acceptance, and it's at that point you can step forward into the new. So I hope that's been helpful for you today. Thanks for following along with these live streams, and I'll see you guys again soon.